What is going on, everybody? My name is Brian, or you guys can call me Mr. Creations, and here we are today. What you're watching right now is my M416 setup for the robber side. Now, the M416 is only available for the robbers and bangers. Unless you get 1250 kills, then you can have it for both sides. That's the weapon licensing, just like pretty much every other weapon in Battlefield Hardline. That's how it works. But I wanted to use this gameplay, first of all, because the 20 gun streak in TDM on the map Hollywood Heights. And I also want to give you guys some tips on how to play TDM in Battlefield Hardline. Now, if you guys don't know, it's not as simple as you think TDM is. Now, of course, there's a 30-minute time limit and 400 points maximum. It doesn't mean 400 kills total, I don't think anyways. I'm pretty sure each kill counts as 2 points, maybe even 3. I might be wrong on that point, but basically, I wanted to give you guys a hint on some of the best guns in Battlefield Hardline, as well as good ways to play TDM and what maps, what areas you should camp on the map. I wouldn't say necessarily camp, but overwatch, I would say. So right here I'm on the roof of Hollywood Heights, which you guys are seeing right now. This is the third story on the map, and honestly, it's probably the best spot for TDM. Now you guys are going to see here I get 4 or 5 kills here within a matter of a couple seconds, and you guys are probably starting to understand, wow, this spot is actually really good. Now, keep in mind, it is very easy to be killed off of this spot. Two ends of the map, you know, enemies can spawn and snipe you from. They can spawn in the helipad down there and just head glitch you off it. So there are a lot of ways to counter people camping on the roof. People could also get in helis. I wouldn't recommend camping this in many other game types. TDM and Blood Money is pretty much the only good game types it's good for. But honestly, you know, I find this spot to be one of the best on the map. You could just run around and patrol the map again, but the only reason I would say not to do that, at least from what I've learned from playing a lot of TDM and Battlefield Hardline, is the spawns are absolutely insane. And that kind of brings me to my next topic. Spawns in Battlefield Hardline, especially in TDM and Large Conquest, are nuts. It's like Visceral didn't even think about spawn points. They're like, oh yeah, we'll spawn, you know, 3 cops over here right on the roof, and then we'll spawn 1 robber with them at the exact same time. That's pretty much what ends up happening. Usually, I have 4 or 5 teammates spawn around me in our major spawn point, and then the game just randomly spawns like 1 or 2 robbers behind us. I don't understand Visceral's standpoint from it. It's almost like Call of Duty free-for-all spawns, is what it feels like, except it's 32 versus 32, and that kind of brings me, again, to another point. I personally would have loved to have seen 16 versus 16 TDM. I think that would have made much more sense. It would have been more balanced. It still would have been plenty of people on one map, in my opinion. 32 people is still a lot, especially because Hollywood Heights is a very small map, at least for Battlefield standards anyways. And I don't know, I just feel like that would have been a lot better idea to have 16 versus 16 or even 12 versus 12. That would have made a lot of sense to me personally. Now, I know a lot of Battlefielders absolutely love 64-man servers, and don't get me wrong, 64-man TDM can get really fun because it becomes a giant clusterfuck most of the time, and it can be in your face and just absolutely insane, and you're on this major adrenaline rush all the time. Or, you know, the other half of the time, which I've experienced and many of my other friends have experienced, you literally spawn and get killed by a trip mine that was placed right on your spawn point, so when you move 1 step, you blow up immediately, or you get spawned behind by other enemies, or you spawn behind other enemies. And the other thing about this is when, and I have so many clips of this I could show, when I spawn behind enemies, you're like, oh, that's awesome, that's cool, why are you complaining about that? Well, when bullets are only 30 rounds in a magazine and extended mags only add 5 bullets, to have 35 bullets and 6 enemies in front of you isn't really enough bullets to kill all of them unless you're extremely good with your gun, you know when to let off the trigger, and you have amazing accuracy. So most of the time you'll get 2, maybe 3 kills, and then the other 2 people will just turn around and kill you. So doing that over and over and over again in a game can be fun or not fun. I guess it depends on how you look at it and how your mood is that day. But, you know, nonetheless, hopefully this was somewhat helpful for you guys. I also want to give my opinion on Battlefield Hardline TDM. I think the weapons need to be balanced more. I think the ARs are extremely unbalanced. I'll do another video on that. But overall, I think the frame rate issues are not really there. The lag is pretty solid because of dedicated servers, and overall, I do enjoy Battlefield Hardline. A lot of people are saying it's a flash in the pan and the game will be over soon, but who knows? I have a lot of fun on it. I'm rank 80 already, and I enjoy the game. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to smack that like button, and I will see you guys in my next video on Wednesday. Peace out, guys.